average than it is in the north. Although back in the day,
hey JP, what are you doing?
Clearing was a lot more brutal.
JP, what?
Hey, are we going live anytime soon, please?
Are we going live? This is ridiculous.
Please.
I wish I could lie down and take my microphone with me, but I can't.
Lie down. We can hear you.
Wait, let me lie down. Let me lie down. Hold on. I'm going to turn off my light.
I went shopping today and bought a bunch of stuff at MAC. You know MAC Cosmetics that you hate, Jewish producer?
Just the people that work. I guess their products are pretty good.
It's the best makeup in the world. I can't wear anything but MAC. I just can't. I can't handle anything but MAC.
MAC on your face?
Yeah, MAC me. Yeah, and I got 4 things and it was $167.
Yeah, it's expensive shit. You're paying for the name. I mean, their products aren't any better than other products. You can't say for sure that they...
Well, I've tried a lot of stuff and it just doesn't work as good as MAC does. Maybe it's in my head, but it doesn't feel like it is.
JP would give you an Abrahamic beating if you...
Would you really, JP? If we were married, if I spent that much money... Well, let me see what I got. I'll show you what I got. I got...
Oh, wow. No.
Okay, I got... No. Here's the box. Here's the receipt. It says I got... Let me turn on my webcam. I mean, my light. Okay, it says I got... $22 was something, and then 27, and then 27, 19, and 22. I'm sorry, I only spent 126. It doesn't seem that much, but it adds up. And what I got, I got face makeup and mineral spray and powder and highlighter that goes under my eyes. So that's all.
That was $126.
Yeah, it's actually 5 things. I swear to God, I'm not lying.
This is when my Jewishness really appears. Makes no sense to me.
Why is that a Jewish thing? Let's talk about that. What did you say, Pumpkin, in the background over there?
You can't hear me. I'm lying down right now.
We can hear you. We hear you fine.
Okay. Look, anybody that loathes the material world any more than I do would definitely agree. That's the most. It's materialistic, and MAC product. And I understand the need for makeup, but. And I guess you probably don't wear a ton of makeup, I'd imagine.
I don't. I don't wear any color on my eyes, like eyeshadows and all that kind of stuff. I don't wear any of that stuff.
Probably want to get the best product you can for when you do wear makeup. That makes sense to me. Well, and if it works better than the rest, that makes sense too. I guess I could justify that.
MAC is really rich in coverage. It's like you don't have to have much of it. It makes a real flawless finish, if that makes any sense.
You know what MAC's really rich in?
I'm sorry. Rich in what? JP?
Marketing.
They don't really market that much, do they? Do they? I never see them on TV.
Oh yeah, look at their box. Like just the style, the way the font of MAC is. It's a very attractive looking box, and it's in that black, right? Black and white is their color.
That's what I'm looking at. The box is. The bag. I'll take a picture of the bag and show y'all. It's like don't you think the Kardashians are what put Macintosh on the map? I mean Mac, not Macintosh, Mac.
Debbie, what do we call this show, by the way?
Mine's called Race, Children Today, and Other Things with Debbie.
I think we should call this right now, the way this conversation is going, is Debbie is a Jap.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jewish American princes, that's true. Drive a BMW, too.
Oh, shit.
Now,
high maintenance.
No, I pay for my own stuff. Victor, I'll call Victor. He's up right now. He's running around out there. I'll say, Victor, did you pay for a penny of any of this? I make just as much right now as you don't even know. No, I'm not doing too bad. I haven't been working recently because I've just been busy. But my last check I got finally was I can show you it. It was $2,900 there. I'm not supposed to talk about money, but there, you forced my hand, JP.
Debbie's Jap.
Yeah, you can spend your money any way you'd like.
Yeah,
Debbie.
but that was
I said,
that was for like 3 months.
You like?
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, and I would pay for certain things that I know I would never buy for myself. for the missus, if she wants it, and I don't quite understand it, but
Okay, let me put it this way. This is the first makeup I bought from MAC since Heather and I went shopping in Rockwall one time at the MAC store there, and that was in 2014. So it lasts a long time. Would you make me take it back? Would you say, that's too much money for makeup?
No, no, I wouldn't. If you buy it, you could probably justify it,
I don't spend a lot of money. I don't go shopping a lot. I really don't. I don't, my clothes aren't that big of a deal. You know what I mean?
Times you might have been stoned.
Yeah, never shop stoned.
No, don't ever do that. Hey, I want to ask y'all something. I was at the kids' play day today. You know what play day is?
You mean at the school?
Yeah. Okay, where they all go outside and they're all on the playground and they're all doing races and.
An early day, right? School ends early and they do that.
Yeah, and he wanted me to come up there, and so I went up there and I was up there with them today. But they were giving out no ribbons, okay? And when I was in school, I talked to one of the teachers. I kind of buddied up with his teacher. She's really sweet. And I said, I was competitive when she goes, oh, I was too. I said, no, I took these races seriously because I signed up. We all signed up like a week before, and I was signed up for, the 100-yard dash, the 50-yard dash, the 240 relay, or whatever. And we went out there to win, okay? And we got blue ribbons, and you would wear them around in school. Well, they don't give out any ribbons. And I want to know from your perspective, what does that do to a child's mind later on in life? Like not when they're an older adult, but like just a older, whatever. And then I'm going to tell you what Heather said because Heather made a lot of sense to me for the first time in a year. Heather said she didn't like it. I asked the teacher why they didn't do it. She goes, well, everybody gets a participation ribbon. That puts everybody on the same level. And it's like if somebody does something good in the future, they're going to think they deserve it then too. Is that?
But what age are we talking about?
Big kids, big. I'm talking kindergarten is where Riri was, the little one. There was first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, and sixth grade. The sixth graders were big kids. But nobody gets blue ribbons and nobody wins anything. And I think that's sad. Everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The truth is there are competitive sports that they can join. And sooner or later, there's Little League, there's Pee Wee football.
But they do the same thing there, Brian. They do the same thing there. Everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I don't know the psychological effects on that. If everything's great and everyone gets a trophy, I really, because when you win and when you lose, and when it's patronizing and when it's for real. I don't think I don't think it's as big a deal as people make it out to be. I think because life knows when you're winning and losing. When you get into the dating scene and somebody sees that boy or girl that they want to date, and particularly with guys, and they don't get that girl, they know that they've lost, for whatever reason, they've lost that opportunity. So by nature, nature will give them winning and losing. Kids will invent that themselves. They know who the fastest is, and they know who the smartest is. As soon as they go to school, kindergarten, first grade, they start to compare. So they already know that. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think they're going to be scarred for life. There are things that will scar them for, things that will happen to them that will have impact on them. I don't think this is one of them. I could be absolutely and totally wrong on that.
It just makes it seem like to me that Giving a child a participation trophy doesn't prepare them for adulthood. When people don't win just for showing up, okay? And it tells everybody else that if you work your butt off, but everybody's getting a trophy, then you're nothing special. That's the way.
You know what? I mean, because I was reading Michael Medved's book about the Big 10 Lies About America, and he said the older generation has always been saying that the younger generation is going to hell in a handbasket. And really, when you look at when you look at the older generation, I mean, it wasn't so great. I mean, I remember listening to Patty Davis talk about her parents. And I forget what the subject was, but she said, my parents came from a generation where they weren't that introspective. They really couldn't look or see their faults or anything like that. I mean, they just... And my father's kind of that generation. I mean, to a degree, there are more people who are a little bit more introspective and a little bit better for criticism. Because I think
can I tell you something? They had a guy, Mr. Midnight Movie, that did a bunch of people did a real big study about that, and I have the chart in front of me. It's called the Traditionalist, which were born between 1900 and 1945. The Baby Boomers from 45 to 64. Generation X was from 65 to 1980, and then the Millennials has been everything since that. And it gives you their, it says right here, core values, okay, of our fathers. The core values were adhere to rules, conformity, contributing to the collective, dedication, sacrifice, delayed reward, discipline, don't question authority, duty before pleasure, family focus, giving back is important, law and order, responsibility, respect for authority, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now, then you skip to Generation X, okay? Core values, balance, diversity, entrepreneurship, fun, highly educated, high job expectations, independent, informality, lack of organized loyalty, loyalty, seeks life balance, self-reliant, skeptical, cynical, suspicious of boomers. And then you look at the baby boomers, anti-war, anti-government, anti-anything, equal rights, equal opportunities, extremely loyal to their children, involvement with their children, optimism, personal gratification, personal growth, question everything, spend now, worry later, team-oriented, trust nobody over 30. Do you see this is going right along with what you were saying?
I mean, yeah, to a degree.
It is, but you're right. Okay, listen to this one. The attributes of your fathers are dedicate. What was that?
I'm back.
Okay. It says honor, patriotic, rules of conduct, blah, blah, blah. Now you skip over to the Generation X, and it says pampered by their parents, pragmatic. It's just...
Well, I mean, look, I mean, but you know what, Debbie, these are... I mean, because I remember I helped with a softball league. And it was of seniors. And the World War II generation...
God bless you.
Yeah, was a lot more like the people coming of the World War II generation. They were a lot less diplomatic and a lot, more ready to kind of fight over things. And now we're getting the Vietnam generation, or the generation of the 60s. And they're far more introspective. They're a lot more easygoing. And we're even getting people who are like, kind of, came of age of the 70s, because 55...
Strictly seniors here, right?
Yeah. 55 is the age group. And, I mean, they're a lot more mellow about things. They're not as tightly wound and I'll try to win on anything at any cost. I mean, they obey the rules too, but they're not as rigid and they're not as contentious. And I find with older people, they're far more contentious. And I don't know if it's their age group or if it's just, that's the way they are. I mean, because I certainly notice a difference, between the younger and the older. Like, particularly when I'm dealing in customer service, there was nothing worse in customer service than an older woman coming in. They were very demanding, and they, like I said, they didn't come with that much.
But you're talking about old people are geriatric rage. I mean, they're all mad because they're old. They don't feel good. They're old. They're crickety. They're like old, broken down people, and they're pissed off. They're like, you know what I mean?
But also, wouldn't you say, like, how are you different than, say, I don't even say your mother, but like, how are you different than say your parents' generation? Is there anything you do differently than?
Well, I'm kind of an exception though, because I was raised with core values, pretty good core values. You got to admit that.
Is there anything that you're different than?
Different? Not really. I mean, I pretty much stuck to the plan. I'm not like my mom. I went completely opposite of being like my mom. I'm more like my dad, I guess. I'm generous. I mean, I'm pretty cool and laid back and fun and whatever,
Would you say your parents or your grandparents were laid back and cool? The way you are?
I would say my dad was. My dad was always playing music and kind of just grooving and laughing and being goofy. My mom was kind of weird, but I don't talk about her much,
Okay. What about your grandparents?
Well, my grandmother was a sweetheart. I've talked about her a million times. My grandfather, he was just making money all the time. That's all he cared about. He was just into money. You know what I mean? Think about it.
Yeah, because, like I said,
Well, I think that this mafia guy that I know that he wrote an article. I don't really know him. I've never met him, but I've talked to him several times. He said that even in today's mafia, he writes for not GQ, but what's it called? AskMen.com. He says even in the mafia that they'll bring the young boys in to bring them up in the family, and they'll be disrespectful to the older gentlemen, and they're like, who the hell do you think you are? I definitely see a much more disrespectful. I see a lot more disrespect than I think we've ever seen, and I think that's because it's allowed.
Yeah, you may be right. People are allowed to voice their opinions, but a lot of because the thing of it is, Debbie, back in the day, people were parents were allowed to get away with abuse, just as they were husbands were allowed to get away with abuse to their wives. They were allowed. They were property, and children today are still thought of as property of their parents without any form of rights, and particularly in the Middle East.
I know, but I've preached that 1,000 times when people go, "That's my child," and I said, "No, that's not your child. You just gave birth to it. That's a child of the world, and if I see you acting like an idiot with it, I'm going to point it out."
Yeah,
I've said that a couple of times.
And I mean, to me, I think children should be respected and they should have rights. Unlike the Middle East, where people will sell their daughters for whatever amount of money. And I remember a young girl came to my door and she said, "It's not about culture, it's about economics." And I said, "That's bullshit, because even if most fathers, even if they're absolutely poor in the West, and particularly like in Europe or America, if they were really hungry and somebody came to them and said, 'I'd like to buy your 10-year-old daughter,"
that has to do with their disrespect for women.
Yeah, but and it's their culture.
They don't sell their sons.
No, they don't. But most American men, even if they were down on their luck, would rather eat dog shit than sell their daughter to some fucking old pervert. And actually, they'd kick their ass for even mentioning that.
My dad kicked the ass of this man at the country club one. He didn't actually, but there was this man that was looking at me. I was walking around in a bathing suit, and he walked over and he said, "That's my goddamn daughter you're looking at." And he's like, "Well, she looks pretty good." And my dad got really mad at him. So, yeah.
I almost got in a fight with a guy who accused me of looking at some woman, and I said, "That's a fucking assumption. You don't know where my eyes have been. Now go away."
Listen to this. It says, the traditionalists, which is our fathers, say, how do they feel about retirement? It says, put in 30 years, retire, and live off your pension. Okay, the baby boomers. If I retire, who am I? I haven't saved enough money, so I need to work at least part-time. I have been downsized, so I need to work at least part-time. That's weird. Then Generation X says, I may retire early. I've saved my money. I want different experiences and may change careers. I may want to take a sabbatical. And then the millennial says the jury is still out because they're not to retirement age yet. That's cute.
Well, I'll tell you something. I mean, I think, because people are afraid of the environment, but I think we're far more likely to face an economic crisis than an environmental crisis.
What do you mean? Oh,
well, everyone's talking, like the millennials, the modern media has the millennials and even the Generation Xers, and I guess everybody else for that matter, worried about an ecological or climate crisis, and I think we're far more ready to be devastated, if we are going to be devastated, by a global economic collapse than we are of any kind of climate change or weather change in this country. Wouldn't you agree?
There's been a lot of weird weather. I mean, JP, do you think that they have that HARP ability and stuff? Do you honestly believe that stuff, or do I? Do we?
I don't know a whole lot about HARP, but I do know that they feed clouds. I know that they do alter weather.
Debbie, let me ask you something. Are you more worried about climate change, like an ecological disaster, or an economic disaster?
I think as far as species of animals that are on the endangered species, I think we're already to that level right there. I think that.
What are you more frightened as far as human outcome is concerned?
I believe that I'm more afraid of people becoming so digital in a digitalized world that they're losing all the ability to hug somebody and talk to somebody. People are just walk around with their heads in their iPhones 24 hours a day, and people are losing the ability to be with each other. Does that make sense?
Well, do you think the Americans today, how would they handle an economic depression like they had in the 30s?
Well, I think we almost saw that in 2008.
Yeah. And the thing is, that's where you're going to get a lot of civil unrest, and people are going to become very tribal.
But nowadays, everybody's just on welfare, and everybody's on food stamps or unemployment or something like that. It's like everywhere you see that stuff, everywhere. Yeah,
and I don't know, and that does frighten me.
When is it going to run out?
Yeah, when's the money going to run out? And that frightens me more than anything.
Just keep printing it.
Yeah, but to me, when are the chickens going to come home to roost? When is...
oh, that's right. You're the new Mr. Solution.
Yeah. When is America? When will we have printed so much money, or when will our dollar become worthless? That's my fear. My fear is hyperinflation, the kind we had in Germany.
Yeah, people have been screaming that for a long time. I think it's bad.
Maybe it'll never happen.
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever happen. I think it's... that's place. I think it's just thrown out there, so everyone's got it on their minds. The money will never run out, not in our lifetime.
I think what we're seeing though is a really slow decline in standards of living. When my parents bought their first home, they made a combined income of $30,000 a year. Their home was $56,000. When my grandfather bought his home, he made $9,000 a year. His house was $11,000, and he was one single person. And we're seeing, like, you know, the homes in West Los Angeles are selling now for over $1 million, and home prices, like, a single man with a good job cannot afford to buy a home anymore, like they used to, you know, on a single man salary. And if you're two blue collar people, like say, you know, the husband's a plumber and the wife is a nurse, they can't afford a house.
Have you seen the Noam Chomsky film Requiem for a Dream?
Is that about the pill popper?
No. It's about. It talks a lot about, you know. It's actually called Requiem for the American Dream, and it talks about the decline of, you know, America, and it's pretty interesting. His words are a little bit frightening, but he's pretty good to listen to. It's good film. Check it out.
Noam Chomsky
it's on Netflix.
Is one of the smartest left. I mean, and he's from the left, but he's one of the smarter ones out there, and he's got a really nice demeanor.
He does. He has a great demeanor. He's probably the. I mean, I listen to myself talk, and I want to shoot myself. And you hear him talk. He's a linguist, and he's very educated and smooth. The way he, you know, the way he just lays it all out is pretty impressive. And he takes stands, even though he comes from the left side. He's against any kind of conspiracy, 9/11 conspiracy. And so he takes some interesting, you know, conservative stands.
I personally don't believe in the 9/11 conspiracies myself. I believe that we made a tactical error, and I don't believe that Bush lied about weapons of mass destruction either. I believe that we made a tactical error going into Iraq.
They didn't find any weapons of mass destruction, I thought.
And I don't think he lied. I don't think that was a lie. I don't think he tried to mislead the American people. I believe that he believed he was. I believe the intelligence was there, but they were misguided. And I believe, regardless of whether there were weapons of mass destruction or not, I still don't think we should have gone in. And I think it was an absolute, total tactical error. And it caused... The reason we have Obama is because of Iraq. If we didn't go into Iraq, we would not have Barack Obama. And our economy would be better. God, I'm going off the deep end now.
No, you're making a lot of sense, and there's a lot of people listening.
Yeah.
But I think that, if you have a button that you could push every time you senselessly spent money, that you could push a button and it would automatically go into a savings account that you couldn't touch, I think people would be shocked at how much extra spending we do in this world.
There's something to be said for frugality. And you were talking, by the way, of how much money you spent on makeup. My God. Debbie, what are you doing?
That's only once every. That's once every 2 years. You have girls that go. Listen, no. Listen to me. You have girls that go to the drugstore and spend money on makeup every 2 to 3 weeks. They'll go and spend 40, 50, 60. I spent $126, and this will last me 2 years.
Mm. I find value in that. I see the value, and it's. It's probably a better product. It probably looks better on you.
It's the only makeup that has a lot of pigment in it. It's got a lot of pigment. It's just... I can't match it anywhere, JP.
How many polar bears were destroyed testing MAC products?
None. They don't test on animals.
Damn.
Now they used to. Did you ever see those? No, you probably never have. But
don't start it.
Debbie's killing polar bears with her makeup.
But God, now what I was going to say. I'm so tired. I'm never up this late, and you're doing a show so late.
You called me. I was.
No, yeah, I know I did. Me and JP were going over finances, and he was getting frustrated with me.
I'm not really frustrated at you. I don't want you to get fucked over anymore.
All right.
Did y'all decide to do the 10-day letter of the lawsuit or anything?
And besides the fact that it affects our ability to do our fucking show.
Yeah, it's like that's all we talk about is that stupid fuck that owes you money.
I know.
Yeah.
I want to get it so you'll shut up, not shut up about it, but I think that.
Yeah. Shut him up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, seriously, I think it's messed up. Oh, I have to snap my wrist. Steven gave me a rubber band. Listen, shoot! Every time I cuss, I snap my wrist, and it works. I've done it before.
Now, let me ask you something. Do you ever say to yourself, Debbie, like, how the fuck did I get these people latched on to me? Like, I've got a few people, like, just two people that have almost, like, latched on to me, and they're the most, they come across as, like, at first really cool, and then they turn out to be the most worthless pieces of hunk and garbage you ever want to just set your eyes on. You ever say to yourself, how do I get involved with these people?
You're asking me that question?
I know, because I noticed that you've got the unfortunate.
Don't say it. Don't say his name.
I'm not going to say anybody's name, but you've got the unfortunate thing. But not just that person, but a lot of people have latched on to you, who are just like, my God, and it's like, why me?
I ask myself that all the time. I think that it's and I know this for a fact. And most of the things that I value in my life were taught to me by, of course, my grandmother. And my grandmother told me a long time ago. She said, "Debbie, you have a very bright light, just like in Sunday school when we went, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine." And when you have a bright light, people will be drawn to that. And I've had attorneys tell me, you have a high energy, you have a positive energy, and people are drawn to that. And people that have bullshit, not you guys are my buddies, but people that are, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I mean,
do you have any ideas? I don't know.
I think sometimes people are drawn to people who are not, who are nice, and they take advantage of their niceness. And, sometimes you think people think like you do. Like, for me, I thought everybody basically thought the way I think about things, and that's not the truth.
Is that me or you?
That's me. That's you. Oh, Jesus Christ. I thought most people thought of money the way I think of money. And this pisses me off. I don't take a person's call and then they call in on another fucking number. What the fuck is wrong with you jackass?
He's doing it to make you do that. Just ignore it.
Well, no, I ignore it, but it's like, come on, man. You gotta know that's fucking moron.
Wait a minute. Did I tell y'all who's trying to come back?
No.
Jimmy Lathal.
Well, Jimmy, yeah. I mean, listen. I enjoy. I don't know. I enjoy Jimmy Lethal. And the fuck face is still just like, dude, you cunt face. What are you doing? Worse than Solution.
Hey, don't do that. Don't compare him to that gentleman.
Okay. By the way, can I mention JP that he called and we did a show and JP deleted it.
Why did you delete it? What did you say, JP?
I listened to it and then I sounded like an idiot, and I didn't feel like going back and editing it. So I just didn't.
I told you that anytime y'all are with a bunch of boys, I give y'all the boy card pass.
I might do another one. We'll do another one like that.
You didn't think it was funny at all?
It really wasn't. I went back and I was just like,
What was
you know
it about?
what? It's just a waste. It was like 6 minutes. If you can't get over that, then let's start doing some real shows, not 6-minute bullshit.
I like sometimes the 6-minute short shits.
And they're not funny. I'm not posting any more bullshit.
Okay. I thought they were,
Was it about me?
No.
Oh.
Well, I mean, he said, he mentioned once, and then I was like, dude, I forget what I fucking said, but it's like, oh, fuck, you fucking moron. Jeez, what the fuck? Why are you doing... Jesus Christ, you can be annoying. What the fuck is wrong with you? Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm glad you're not on iHeartRadio anymore.
I'm doing some knitting while you're talking. You don't bother me.
Okay.
I did apply again to... we should do another show, a good show, and that way I can resubmit it to iHeart. We're eligible for another review.
Now, what is...
That's why I took it down, too. I want to have some quality shows and try to get on iHeart.
What is the reason for iHeartRadio anyway? I mean, like, what does it give you? What bonuses?
Just bragging rights is all. There's nothing else. It doesn't give you anything.
It's much bigger. It should attract... You should have access to... When you get on their app, so you can... we're not on the iHeart app. It'd be nice to be on the iHeart app.
Yeah, but you won't get to go anywhere else. You won't be able to be on YouTube with it. You won't be able to be on iTunes with it. You won't be able to be on Stitcher.
On YouTube?
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Why not?
You can only be on iHeart. They take away all your RSS feed.
Oh, assholes.
That's why a lot of people... That's why I didn't mind getting off, because it was really a hassle. I couldn't do anything with my show. They own exclusively the rights to your content.
So really, the only benefit of being on iHeart is bragging.
Yeah, that's it. And I've been on there. I've had 2 shows on iHeart. Just ignoring Brian. Just don't even talk about it. But I was on there with 2 shows at one time, and I thought, whoopee boo, big deal. This is... They weren't anywhere else, and so they weren't getting listened to by anybody. You know what I mean?
This fucking mongoloid is calling me by 2 fucking numbers at the same time.
He's crazy. He's crazy.
Mongoloid.
Jesus Christ.
What happened to that guy? He kind of flipped out over me.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but he's doing it again. The scrotum sack of hell is doing it again.
He's moving soon, and he's very scared. He's very scared about his move.
He's going to take that kid over to that rotten third world country?
Well, you know what I mean. If it works for him, it works for him. And it may work. It may work. Everything may work itself out. Fuck it. Who knows?
What are you, happy, Mr. Happy today? I know what you're saying. No, I know what you're saying, but I don't know.
I think it'll be a positive thing. I mean, getting out of the country is a good thing.
Have you seen that country, Thailand?
Although his situation sounds interesting.
Yeah.
The situation
well, fucking quit, knock it off, you moron.
Just ignore him. At least I don't bother you guys when he's on your thing, No.
I mean, that's something you've never done. We'll call maybe once or twice. And for a while, we'd only call when Mr. Solution was on to have it out with him.
Yeah. We've bugged you a few times, though. That's okay.
What the fuck? Yeah, I would say what the fuck happened to him, but what the... that guy was...
He just thought that... He loved my show, but he thought that I let it go downhill to where it wasn't even any fun anymore.
I guess.
I did. I let him get attacked by too many people, and I don't blame him. I betrayed him.
You didn't betray him. I mean, fucking, he attacked him, and you couldn't hang up on the son of a bitch.
Yeah. And I always look at it like this. When I was attacked on shows that Mr. Solution was on, I didn't see him white knighting me.
Yeah, so you know what, man, I mean, he was fun, but he's got to, look, man, he's He's a big boy, dude.
He had crappy audio anyway.
Yeah. And also he's a big boy. Jesus Christ. I got Howard Bloom and vaccinating Truth on. Vaccinate my ass. Give me a break. Your vaccination gave me AIDS.
If there is an ass that needs a vaccination, it's yours.
Jesus Christ.
You know, she tells everybody that she's a delegate to the Democratic Convention in Oklahoma. Well, I did research on that live on the show. Me and Joe Seeker and Steve did. And there is no Angela Utley. It has anything to do with the Democratic delegates of Oklahoma.
Is she a Bernie supporter?
Yeah, she's always saying, feel the burn.
I'm going to marry him.
That's because she's on welfare. No, she has an ex-fiance that has a ranch.
Now Mr. Midnight Movie is calling me again with Howard.
I know, it's stupid the way he does that. He's a Sky Pack. He broadcast yesterday. He's on his 30th hour straight of broadcasting about me. And I want to clear something up. He said that I pushed a button repeatedly for like something 48 minutes or something.
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you about that. The show, your loop show.
Why would you do that, Debbie? That's so corny.
Are you done?
Go ahead.
All you do is you take the audio to Audacity and you just you highlight it and you hit repeat and it makes it a long file. And then when I went on the air, I just hit play. That's all it is. I can do it right now for you.
You did a 48-hour loop show?
No. 48-minute.
48-minute loop show?
Well, he claims that you sat there for the entire 48 minutes just hitting play each time the clip ended.
His claims about me are out of this world funny.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody. He's calling you, he's calling me, he's calling everybody. He's desperate. He needs to talk.
The truth to get out there.
The Jew needs to talk.
Please get the truth out there.
He's been on the air. He's been on the air for 30 hours.
Jesus.
Somebody talk to the Jew.
Fuck, it's 11:19 already. God damn it, I'm losing my...
Able to do a show without the Jew calling in. You cannot talk without the Jew. There he is. The Jew will call you. He's calling me.
Corn.
Grind corn.
Oh, God.
I wonder if, I mean, does he think he's winning Rush tickets?
I don't fucking know.
Sorry, Howard, you're caller 18. We're looking for caller 20. By the way, Debbie, who else? Can somebody else call in tonight? Let's get somebody else fresh into the call.
Come on, call in, sassy girl.
You're going to hang up. You're fixing to hang up and go to bed anyway.
No, we need a new caller. It'll keep Mr. Midnight Movie on for at least 5 more minutes. We need another call.
Sassy girl. Who's sassy girl?
What sassy girl? Sassy
girl, Debbie.
It's Audrey.
Call in.
She's funny as fuck.
Oh, man. Call in, sassy.
Howard Bloom.
Is there anybody in my chat room? Did I open it? I haven't done anything. I haven't even looked up. I've just been doing this knitting for the new baby that's coming.
Only sassy girl's been in your chat room.
Oh, I didn't tweet the show or anything like that or Facebook it or anything.
Yeah, but you have so many followers. Aren't they all alerted when you do a show? I get an email.
No, there's already been 70 plays. Hey, here comes Kaboom! Yay, Kaboom! Oh, he's fun as fuck. It's a separate call, so hang up and I'll add y'all.
Hey guys, I'm going to bed, Dave.
No! See? Here we go. This is stupid. Hi, Kaboom. Hello, Kaboom.
What's up?
Hey, the boys wanted me to add you, and you came in on a separate line, so let me add them to the call. Did you hear what they were saying?
Well, of course I was.
They were like, add people, Debbie. Let's book this thing up. And I'm like, okay, let me get JP. He won't go to bed. JP's working on something. How are you doing? I haven't talked to you in forever.
Oh, it's been ages, babe.
It has. It's been too long, as they say. Just too long.
Yeah. You did quite the broadcast on Lightning Radio today. I heard the rebroadcast.
You heard that? That was crazy.
Oh, well, yeah, it was.
I was having fun. Hi, JP. Ah, we lost JP. JP, call back. What was that?
I don't know. Am I too loud?
No, you're not too loud at all.
Okay.
Tell me to put up my knitting, though.
Yeah, put away your knitting.
All right, I was knitting a blanket for the new little wolf that we have coming to the wolf pack here. There, I'll put it down. Put it down, Dave. Here goes my knitting needle. There. Okay, put it down. Now, what is going on? This is so fun. Hey, Sunny's on. Hold on just a second. Sunny says, Sunny, I am not watching any more TV shows. You have me so involved in so many TV shows right now, I can't do anything. Let's call Sunny. He's online.
Sunny's on?
I think he's online. Lester Live. Jimmy Lethal's been trying to call me, too.
Well, I heard you had a falling out with Jimmy. He needs to wait a month or two.
No, I just think that Jimmy needs to say he's sorry.
He was bad-mouthing Steve earlier today.
Well, I think that this generation needs to be held accountable for their actions more than they are, and I'm not going to let Jimmy just waltz back in, and he's been trying to all day and all night yesterday and all that, all the time.
Well, you remember I gave him a bunch of shit about what he was saying right from the get-go, and you white-knighted him a little bit, but hey, that's up to you.
I did a lot for that kid that wasn't even on the air. I took up a lot for him. I tried to work with him and help him and do all the kinds of things. And some people, I guess, you just can't do anything for. They're just jerks.
Well, he'll grow up. Maybe.
Maybe not. I don't know. But I just think that he needs to say, if he's sincere, he needs to come with a sincere apology. And
he almost got his sound fixed, but a couple of his episodes, his sound still sucks.
Whose?
JP's.
It's because he won't sit still and he won't make anything stay. We'll get it all fixed offline together, and then he'll screw it all up. He does. I swear to God, he won't leave the settings alone. He's so stupid. I love him.
Well, where's he at?
JP, where did you go, you weirdo? I'm sitting here adding people to the call. See, this is what they do to me. They sell me down the river. I added him, and I think he hung. I'll try to add him one more time. Sonny didn't pick up. He must not be on whatever. Jimmy Lethal says, I'm sorry if I offended or hurt you in any way. Hold on. Let's bring Jimmy on. All right. No, it's a separate call. You got me blocked. Stop blocking everybody, you people that don't know how to play together. Anyway. So, what do you think about everybody? I have an echo, Boom.
You have an echo?
Yeah, whenever I talk, I hear an echo a little bit. But what do you think about kids? Everybody gets a trophy.
It's not right.
I just don't think it's going to... I think it's going to backfire on these people doing this. They're just like, well, they feel sorry for the ones that don't run so fast. Well, I'm sorry, too.
Like a Pittsburgh Steeler, I think if I Google that, a Pittsburgh Steeler kind of said something about that a couple of years ago. Maybe last year or the year before.
I just think it's a bad idea. And I saw it today on Playday because there was a little African-American boy named, whatever was his name? He had a cute name, something. It was really cute, like Travion or something. And I mean, he was kicking butt and taking names, had his Nike shoes on, was all ready, fired up. But he didn't get shit, He didn't get any recognition for it. The kid.
Right. Well, that's just like, what was it? Some honor. I remember people getting the honor society or whatever in school. Now everybody gets it, and it's alphabetical order. So
see, I never thought about that.
Has a last name with T and Z, and they're still last.
I never thought about that, Boom. But if everybody's not going to get a trophy for Playday, then I think we should all be able to say that we're on the National Honor Society.
Well,
It's
Yeah,
gonna
I
back.
mean,
It's gonna backfire. I'm telling you, Boom. It's gonna backfire later on. This is all new, and I just don't think it's good.
Well, it's not new. This has been going on for what? In T-ball and everything else, you get a participation trophy. That's why I sent you that trophy on Skype.
Well, what I'm saying,
See that?
yes. But I see it. I saw it firsthand today. There were some kids out there that were sweating bullets, working and running. I thought, you're not going to get any recognition for it. You know, big deal. Who cares? There's fat cheerleaders now, and I know that sounds really shitty. I shouldn't have said that, but I'm serious. There's little rotund girls walking around going, "Hi, I'm the cheerleader," and I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Maybe it's me. It's probably me. Maybe I am a bad person. No, I'm just kidding. But I think that there's got to be something said for tradition, and this country has no freaking tradition. I mean, in all the other countries, unless they're being infiltrated by the Muslims, they all have tradition. You know.
Well, I mean, you got on the Democratic side, you got a socialist running for president, and the person against him. I remember Benghazi. I don't know about anybody else, but when she was in the State Department, she wasn't that good. I mean,
I know people. I call her an absolute satanic criminal that needs to be in prison.
well, the FBI's investigating her, and right before the election, they're gonna clear her, and then, you want 8 more years of what we just had?
You know, if I met somebody that was going to vote for Hillary Clinton, I would look at them and say, what is wrong with you? I'm dead serious. I'm not trying to make anybody laugh. What is wrong with you? Are you insane? You know? I mean, why would somebody do that?
No idea.
I don't understand why somebody would vote her in, because she is... The lies that she told, and in most recently, those miners that work up in Indiana. Did you hear about that?
Exactly.
You're smoking a vape, aren't you?
Yep.
I can tell. I can always tell when somebody's smoking a vape. Yeah, I was crazy on that show today. I know. I was coming off of, whenever I'm with the little ones, like when I'm with my daughter and him, it energizes me, and it just makes me happy, and it reminds me of my value. I get a trophy. Bullshit. I told that teacher that, I said, man, I used to run like a bitch on play day. And I used to walk around like a stud with all my blue ribbons hanging off going, yeah, fuck you, you know. I mean, but I don't know. If I didn't get a trophy, I'd say screw play day. I'm not going to apply. I was going to sit in the library or call in sick.
Right.
Because why do they... It's not fair, Kaboom. I'm going to make a big deal. I'm not going to shut up until somebody tells me to shut up. It's like the Olympics. I mean, go out there and bust your ass, but there's not going to be any, there's not going to be any medal ceremonies. Everybody's going to get a gold medal. I don't understand. whatever.
Yeah, that's that's right. Well, what do you think of the 11 picks that Trump's for the Supreme Court?
I told somebody today at the picnic that we were at, I said, I can see Trump over there with a measuring tape going, do, 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 do. We're going to take out that line. We're going to make a disco over here. I mean, I really think I'm excited. I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to pull it off.
Well, I hope I hope so too. I mean, the choices that we have right now are
scary.
Yeah.
I just don't know about Bernie Sanders. I haven't studied enough about that guy. What is his platform? Isn't he about socialism, giving everybody poor stuff? I mean, giving all the poor away or something? What's he about? In bottom line,
Well, he's been a socialist. I mean, you know what the definition of a socialist is.
Right? I know that. It's man.
But he's been voting with the Democrats for what? He's out of Vermont and been in Senate for God knows how long.
He's a career politician.
Exactly.
Fuss.
We don't need any more of those.
No, we've tried that, and that didn't work.
I will do a populist and a businessman, and
Why can't we just vote in a king and a queen and keep them like until they die, like over in...
well, then Obama would be king, and
No. We have to start fresh. Just who would make a good royal family over here? It would be what? Maybe the Montoyas? No, I'm joking. Think about it. I don't know. I'm worried about it. I really am. I'm worried about this country. But I'm not the kind to just turn and run, because I'm not going to go live in some third world country where they eat, cats and dogs sometimes. I just don't trust that stuff.
Well, or horse meat in the UK.
They eat horses in the UK?
Yeah, over in Europe they do.
Mm-mm. Remember, you have to talk about happy things with me or I'll get upset. No, I'm joking. Horse meat. Oh, that's sad. But I don't know. I'm just worried about everything. So what's going on with you? Talk to the people that are listening out there.
What's going on with me? Not much. I play a little 7 Days to Die and Farm Sim and do a Twitch stream every once in a while. I did a 30-minute show on Sunday, little country, on Spreaker, because they said they were going to cancel my account since it's been inactive.
Really?
Well, yeah.
That's rude. Just tell them you don't feel like using it. Hi, Audrey Bones. How are you, sweet pea? I've never heard of that before, canceling your account because you don't use it.
I got an email or whatever, and it said, you've been inactive since... Well, I did I think a Christmas show or something like that for 30 minutes. But I can't see spending money for, for the pro thing. They were going to give it to you, but I think I could have got a pro account for 30 days. But I'm sure they wanted a credit card or something to pay for it. But
I godfathered in under iHeartRadio and haven't paid a dime since 2013 on here. Not a dime.
I heard that. And you're not going to have to pay until, 2023?
2020 is what it says. It says your pro account has been played to December 9th of 2023. That's when it expires.
Wow.
I know. I haven't paid a dime. That's why I tell everybody, just come on my account. We'll all come on here. I can do 1,000 different shows. I can do the Kaboom show and the JP and Mr. Mountain Movie show, and I don't care. I can go 24 hours a day if I feel like it.
Right. Well, like I said, you did a pretty good program today. That's the first one I've heard. So
I was just being goofy. I was in a good mood. I'm still in a good mood. I'm always in a good mood. I have a lot of fun with Steve. Steve's quirky and funny. What do you think about Steve?
Yeah, you had some good shows in the past. Yeah, no doubt.
Have you heard Steve on the show lately? What about Joe? What do you feel about Angry Bong on the show? I love Angry Bong on the show. He's funny.
Yeah, I'm going to curtail my critique while I'm on the air.
But you like Steve. What about Mr. Midnight Movie? What about the twins? I had a falling out with Mr. Midnight Movie a while back, and then, JP's always been cool. I've always liked JP. JP is the ultimate in laid back. He would be Joe Cool if he was on Peanuts, He would. He's a really laid back guy that I've always had. I've been with these two guys for 5 years now. It's a long time. It's too long, isn't it?
Right.
What was I going to talk about? Something I forgot. Dang it.
But what happened to the news guy?
Well, supposedly, Paul Dembski outed him for being a Nazi racist white supremacist, and he said that's not going to work, so he quit. But he's still around. He just goes under sock accounts. Excuse
so,
me, but
so he's that wasn't going to work. I mean, he didn't come across like a white supremacist. I mean,
he hit it well. I knew he was involved in the Hate and Flame and the Nimbusters. That's a fact. But I mean, if you're going to be a Nazi white supremacist, be proud of who you are.
Well, yeah.
I mean, if you're not proud of who you are, then don't be proud of who you are, right?
You got to be upfront with everything you do and say.
Well, it's like there's a lot to be said for just being honest about who you are, you know?
Well, if you talk the truth, you don't have your stories always coincide.
Exactly. And I mean, certain things, like if I were to ask you your Internal Revenue Service, your IRS returns, that's none of my business. Some things I think online are just nobody's business. And it's not that you're lying. It's just that it's nobody's business to be asking those kind of questions, is what I'm saying.
You kind of broke up there.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
But what you pay the government or whatever is your own personal business. I think. I mean, why bring that up? I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, the Jew has always been the kind of guy that just spotlights people's personal business. That's all he does.
Right.
And something got him all flared up again.
No, I can't believe how you're breaking up really bad now. Is it my computer?
Yeah, it's not mine, sweetie.
Oh, I might have too many windows open or something. I don't know. Can't hardly believe that.
Are you on? What kind of microphone are you using?
No, I'm just going through a Mackie 13-channel soundboard.
But what kind of mic are you on?
Oh, hell, I don't know.
Is it the mic that's on your computer?
No. It's a boom mic. Now, I was going to go all out when I was going to do a radio station. You know. Had two computers, one on for Skype, but then I got a better desktop, so now I'm running everything off of just the one computer, so... I don't know, maybe it just doesn't have, the i7 doesn't have enough guts.
Are you using Macintosh?
No, Windows.
Oh, you said i7. I thought everything was i.
In an Intel processor, i7, 4470.
I have an uncle that bought Intel at 6. Can you imagine? Wow. Do you know they say that if you would have bought into Macintosh in 1993 or something, that you would be a multi-billionaire right now?
Oh, yeah, that most definitely. I mean, you know, if you would have bought Coca-Cola or whatever.
Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They didn't let anybody in, though. They were being really stingy with Facebook. Zuckerberg held on to that. He didn't let anybody share it.
Right.
He was a jerk about it.
Yeah, I'll have to go listen back to this to hear what some of what you've said, because it's breaking up all bad. Am I breaking up to you?
No.
Am I coming through loud and clear?
No, you sound fine to me for some reason. I mean, you're kind of choppy, but it sounds like you're on the speaker that's connected inside your computer is all I was thinking that you were on. Mm-hmm. I'm just glad to talk to you. I haven't talked to you in so long. We used to have a lot of fun. Weren't you around after the...
No, I usually stay behind the scenes, but when JP said, well, have somebody else call in, I said, well, the only other person I saw was Audrey.
I am so going to rub his nose in that. I'm going to rub his nose in that. But there's kind of a chat room debacle going on in my chat room right now. People don't want to chat right in there. That's fine with me.
I haven't refreshed my page, so I haven't seen any comments there. I don't know what the deal is it?
I am so going to rub his nose in that. I'm going to rub his nose in that. But there's kind of a chat room debacle going on in there. Oh, I'm hearing the show playing back.
Well, I just refreshed my page and it automatically turned on. I just shut it off again, muted it.
Yeah, there is something going on. I don't know. I think I know what it is, but I'm not going to say. I think it has something to do with some of the people that chat in there. But the audience I play to, like when I go on Lightning Radio, I can be on Lightning Radio for 10 minutes. 10 seconds, and it's already booming up to 100 and some odd listens. So a lot of people don't chat anymore. I have a ton of people out there. For example, I just recently did what's called an ad campaign on Spreaker. You know what that means?
Right.
They've put out over like 20,000 impressions of me on Spreaker, and that's one reason why my listenership gets high, but people just don't. A lot of people don't chat. I think if I had the option, boom, I wouldn't even open my chat.
I don't know about that. I mean, you got to chat with your chatters, even though you're going to have some that's going to come in there. Like you said, you know, what? Howard's got 100 sock accounts or whatever, but I remember a couple of guys, that I befriended, and that's kind of why we had a falling out, because they had all kinds of sock accounts.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were.
I just have one Barco account.
I've been CO Boomba for.
You don't have a Barco?
A what?
A Barco account? You're not a Barco account? Everybody, it's kind of a joke that everybody has a Barco sock account. I have one.
I used to be Paladin.
You were Paladin?
Yeah. Yeah,
Back
I was
in the days
Paladin.
of Jonathan and Slayer 454?
Exactly.
They're still around.
They are?
Yep, they're still around and they listen to the show.
Well, I haven't seen Slayer or haven't heard from Slayer in a long time.
Yeah, they're still
And
around.
I haven't heard from Jonathan either.
They're still around and they still listen. I don't know if they listen, every single night, but I know that they listen because I got an email not too terribly long ago from one of them that said, "We still listen to your show. We still follow your show, Debbie."
Wow.
My show is just, the main, my show, the popularity of my show is attributed to the callers. I think there's a lot of variety on here, like Joe said the other day.
Well, see, because it was RD, me, Slayer, Jonathan, there was a guy from Texas. What was he still follows me, I think, or whatever. I'd have to look it up on my profile. Let's see, who was that? Let's see, my followers. Go way back. See, Paladin had 9 followers. That was me. Slayer 454. Princess of Palestine, I think, was another unseen.
What
Of course,
about
Once
Do
Pure.
you remember Once
is
Pure?
in
Do
the
you remember Once Pure?
Oh, Gramps.
Mm-hmm.
So that we were the ones that all started our own chat room and listened to you.
But remember when it got crooked? It got crooked when Jonathan was asking Josh to ban so many people out of my chat room, and I didn't know about it, and everybody was sending me all these messages going, "What's going on, Debbie?" I said, "What do you mean? I'm getting banned out of your chat room," and Jonathan just wanted to clean house with it, and he and I kind of went to blows about that, and then you don't go to blows with Jonathan.
No. Well, that's why I stepped aside, because remember you had like 2 or 3 steps of unseen chat rooms. Like certain people were allowed in one, and then like even the news guy was at the first level of the chat room. We had the first level chat room, and then we had our chat room that you were welcome in or could come in, and then the guy from Wisconsin.
Right.
My mind's drawing a blank. But him and then the blind guy, he was that's where I was having a hard time with everybody knocking. Well, he'd go on the news guy show.
Oh, you talking about Dalton or Bong, Andy Bong?
Andy. Gee whiz, how could I forget Andy? But yeah, that's where we had our kind of. Me and Jonathan had, I said, it's not fair to him that he, you're going in there and acting and talking to, with about 4 tabs open, and he thinks he's having a following. The same way with well, he got married. I think he's on iHeart still. I don't know, maybe not. But the black guy.
Oh, Deshaun Porter.
Deshaun, yeah.
He was horrible. He turned into he was trying to scam money out of everybody.
But I mean, but, oh well. So it all comes, so after all these, the last 3 years, it all comes out. But.
I just got the feeling that Jonathan wanted to control my show to make. He thought that he knew what was better for me than I knew what was better for myself.
Well, I that's where I had a disagreement too with him. That you know what you want to do with your show, and you and Steve worked out good. I mean, and I knew behind the scenes that a lot of it before the revolving door and all that. I mean, the revolving door, they go out, they come in. There's a love-hate relationship between you and the news guy, but behind the scenes, I'm sure the news guy was okay with you, and he was fine with you, but it's a stick. It's an act. A lot of it was an act, but
Jonathan would call me all the
now
time.
it's not an act. I don't think. I don't know.
Jonathan would call me all the time and say, don't hang out with this guy. Stay away. He thought everybody was bad and everybody was a troll and everybody was horrible. And he just wanted to hand select who was involved in my show. That's fact. I have tons of emails from him saying, don't do this and don't do that and don't do this and don't do that.
Well, I kind of think, I never heard his real voice. I mean, he always typed to me, so I don't know, if he was a guy or a girl, if Jonathan was a guy or a girl, actually, so, only you would know that, I would suspect, if he talked to you live.
Remember Dee, his sister?
Dee's sister, yeah.
Yeah, he called me. She called me all the time. I mean, I say all the time. She called me several times. And they were just always trying to sort of run things, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I just didn't like that.
Well, who was the other production manager you had?
Yeah, we're pretty rock solid. We've been together for a long time.
I mean, that's like you and Sonny Lester.
Sonny Lester?
Yeah, Sonny Lester. I haven't heard him. Well, I haven't been really listening except for the last week or so. But I do certain things and then get out and try to do a little work, self-employed type stuff.
I have a lot of people that sort of like, this is sort of like a very small Rovers radio. If I don't do it, I get so many people that are going, why aren't you doing a show? Why aren't you doing a show,
Boy.
And there's so many characters on it. It's not just me. If it was me by myself, I wouldn't do it.
Boy, I didn't understand anything that time. I don't know what's going on.
I don't either. Maybe we're being
You,
hacked.
you come in clear for a little bit, and then boom, 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 and like I said, I don't know if my Windows 7 is trying to update or whatever. It's either that or what? You getting bombarded from Skype? It's kind of far fetched that he would, try to interrupt a phone conversation.
You think? You don't know him.
But Skype isn't that great, is it?
No, that's where Skype is a hacker's paradise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible. That's where he does all his damage. I don't know, it just sounds kind of like you're in a tunnel.
Well, I'm in a big room, 42 foot wide, 23 foot ceilings, hardwood floors.
Really? Do you live in a chateau?
Well, yeah, I added onto my house. I bought it a long time ago, and so I added 1,000 square foot to the friggin' house. I thought I needed a bigger house,
Bigger houses. There's a lot to be said about smaller houses. I went from a huge house down to a house that I love. I should have never bought that giant
this house has got 1, 2, 3, 4 furnaces, 2 central airs. I mean, the garage is heated. I mean, being in Colorado, you got to have a heated garage.
How many people live with you?
Huh?
How many people live with you?
I got 3 now. The ex is gone.
The ex is gone. Your ex-wife?
Yeah.
Is that
Common law marriage.
Oh, is that
over 10 years?
So y'all broke
My
up?
mom, I brought my mom to live with me, and she's up there in that kind of.
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, if love didn't work out, it didn't work out.
The master suite, 20 foot wide by 30 foot long, and then a 15, jetted tub, and $14,000 kitchen cabinets wasn't enough. She just wanted a few extra cabinets.
Now,
She
see,
said, well, you're
if
going to
I
send your
talk-
mother back home to Illinois? And I said, no, you can stay here.
If I talk like that, people will say, Debbie's lying. She doesn't. So I don't talk too much about money. I try not to. Sometimes it slips out, but...
So, she stayed. I still have my bass boat, and I've had the boat longer than I had her, so, oh well.
That was a great fish you caught that time. That was crazy.
Oh, yeah. No big deal.
Are you going to date somebody else?
No. And after you were talking, when did you talk about where guys didn't like women or whatever it was? What episode was that?
What did I say? I forgot.
Well, you were talking about, certain guys, they either hate women or whatever. Was that today, or was that in the last few days?
I just think that men typically would rather have the company of men, not as a homosexual way, but...
Yeah, I think that's what you were saying, something about, whether I don't believe that they're homos or anything. They're fed up with it. I mean, I was with this woman for over 12 years, and, I said, hey, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not, we exchanged rings, but she was married before, and I said, you said you would, and you didn't the first time. I mean, duh.
Man, I see some women that are married, and I'm like, how the hell did you get stuck with that bitch? That psycho bitch. That crazy bitch that's just, not you personally, but a lot of people. I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, there's a lot of cool chicks out there.
I love, she's still on my life insurance policy. I mean, we created a lot together, so she deserves something when I pass on, but, oh well,
Was she spending a lot of money or something?
So what?
She was spending a lot of money, or
No, I still didn't catch that.
was she spending a lot of money or something?
Well, sure. I mean, when we added on to the house, when I added on to the house, I mean, but I paid the bills and she bought the food and cooked and she did her job. She was a nurse. I was running a maintenance department at the time, and then I went on my own in the early 2000s, and after the plant here in Denver closed, and had my own handyman general contracting business. And once Obama got into office, all the big money dried up. So, I've been pissing and moaning for 8 years, making ends meet. But, oh well.
Well, but it sounds like you're content with life.
Yeah, I'm old enough to where I paid my dues. I mean, so.
Do you ever worry about who? Do you have children?
Say what?
Do you have children?
No.
Do you ever worry about who's going to take care of you in your old age?
Who's going to take care of me?
Yeah.
No.
Do you worry about that?
No.
Because you don't. Because most older people end up their children take care of them. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm taking care of my mom. If I have, all I worry about is outlasting my mom. She's in her 90s. I mean, duh.
Who's going to take care of you though in your old age?
I'll go up on the mountaintop and freeze to death in my tent in November sometime or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I lived a full life, enjoyed not every minute, but most of the time anyway. I mean, you got a positive outlook on life. I mean, the United States of America has changed. I mean, with timeouts, with all-inclusive trophies, PC correctness. I mean,
Hillary Rotten Clinton.
I mean, it's not a republic anymore.
It's not your grandfather's country, right?
I got drafted, and I served 4 years.
In Vietnam?
Vietnam was winding down. I went to the Middle East.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I didn't know your age, but you didn't look like you were a Vietnam vet. Per se, I thought the draft was back in Vietnam.
It was. The last draft was 1972.
So they sent
My number was 69, and they drafted to 81.
Are you serious? What did you think about when you got that? I mean, how did you know? How did you find out?
I got a little letter that said, "Your friends and neighbors have selected you for the armed services of the United States of America." And I went right next door to my next door neighbor, and I said, "See what you did?"
But was it the best thing that ever happened to you?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. I was in the Navy, served. Became an electrician. Was an industrial electrician. Got out of the Navy, got a job. Worked as a. I was in the Navy, worked for one company for 7 years, worked for another company for 27 years,
Wow.
and worked on my own for the last 15 or so.
Wow, that's pretty good. The Navy looks like a fun place to work. I mean, a fun place to be. I don't know why.
Yeah, I moved out here in 1983, so I'm dating myself. I wouldn't move back to 90 miles south of Chicago for anything.
When did you, what made you move? I mean, you didn't have roots like we do. I wish I could pick up
Job.
and move.
I was looking at the same job, working on the farm, and working a second job, and getting 3 to 7 cents an hour raise for the next 30 years.
Crap. I just picked a bag of Cheetos out of my bag that the baby left in there today, and they're jalapeno, and my mouth is burning. I need to go get a drink in the kitchen. So,
Okay.
hang on, everybody. I'm going to play a song. Do what?
Put on Eat Shit and Die by that lady that sounds like your friend that you...
Eat shit and die. Is that the name of the song?
Yeah, remember I gave you that one.
I'll see if I can
That
find
was
it.
a tribute to somebody in the chat room at that time. Who were you having a falling out with? Was it the Jew?
Is it Margaret Cho? Or Duke Nukem? I've got a bunch of different ones.
It's ES&D by, it's that independent artist that's
I've got a bunch of
still
them.
on Spreaker. I think, let's see if I can find it.
Oh, my mouth is burning. I'll just put on something real quick and then find that. 'Cause, ouch. I ate some hot chips that the baby left in my... I'm fixing to choke. I'll put on a short one. This is horrible. Don't anybody go away. I'll be right back. Here's a short song that's 1 minute and 58 seconds long. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Can't even hear anything. Wow, that was loud. It was hurting my ears. I'll have to tell Boom if he's still listening. Boom, tune into the show. I'm going to go ahead and get off the air because Gunner is having some kind of reaction to the prednisone shot that he got. He doesn't look right. I don't know what happened. He got a shot today, an injection from the doctor. Let me tell Boom on Skype. I hated to, he couldn't hear me. Where did he go? Where'd you go, Kaboom? Where are you? There you are. No, here you are. That trophy. Hey, I'm going to end the show now. Gunner, I think I said Boomer. Gunner is having a reaction to his prednisone injection. I'm coming, Angel. Okay. Yeah, Stephen told me just right now when I went out to the kitchen, I got a glass of tea and I was all ready to come back and chit-chat more, but I'm going to go ahead and end it because I need to go take care of him. And Victor fell asleep on the couch and he's all crooked and jiggity. That's a cute picture. It says, don't feel bad. Good try. That's cute. But I'm going to say goodnight and have a pleasant tomorrow. Go over and listen to my show I did today. I haven't listened to it, but I heard it's really stupid and funny. It's one of those real goofy shows where I'm acting really dumb. So, Hi, Stabby. Hi, Steve. Boom was bad. His audio was bad. It was kaboom. Hi, Steve. How are you? I'll give y'all the link. Yeah, little dumpling angel over here. I took him to the doctor today. I have to tell y'all this really quick. The doctor I took him to, okay, let me just say this. There was a doctor that took care of my dogs when I was in high school. All right? I had a dog named Adolf and a dog named Duchess and a dog named Paco. You know, different dogs. But anyway, and then he took care of my mom's dogs. And I knew that he had an office off of this freeway, such, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I went over there because he was they're open every night until 7. He's got a really nice place. Go in there, and the girls are just adorable, and they pull our file, all this kind of stuff. Anyway, well, I was thinking an associate was going to come out, and I sit in the waiting room with Gunner, and I'll be damned if he did not come walking in, that doctor. That doctor did. He's 82 years old. He's still doing, obviously he's still practicing medicine, dog medicine. And he sat in there and talked to me for over an hour. And talked to me all about dogs and all about this and all. I mean, he is like so smart. His, I won't tell you his name, but he's, I couldn't believe it. I said, do you remember me? He goes, I think I remember your mom. And I said, well, I don't think I came in here with my mom much, but he's really amazing. And he sat there and talked to me about Gunner forever. Gunner weighed in at 119 pounds. He's in excellent health. He is 6 years old. He is just healthy as a pig, except when I got the backyard sodded. Okay, here's what he thinks happened. I sodded the backyard with new grass, and it is some grass. I don't know what it's called. It's St. Augustine, I think. And he's had a topical allergic reaction. I mean, he's on fire. And I need to go, and he gave me this stuff in this bag right here to put on him, which is, it's called, here's all the stuff I got. It says, they did heartworm, and they did all this kind of stuff. It says he's got derma something, whatever. Anyway, that's the paperwork. But anyway, they gave him, they gave him a rabies shot because they said it was rabies. And then here's his, they gave him, it's called Derma Chlor HC solution, medicated for dogs and horses. And it's got, it says for veterinarian use only, hydrocortisone. It's got chlorohexidrine and hydrocortisone in it. And it says, wet the coat thoroughly and whatever. But I'm going to put some of this on him because, no, Pumpkin. No, don't chew on it. That's a good boy. Guys, when I took him in there, he was such a baby. He hid behind me the whole time with his big eyes, and you could see the whites of his eyes. And he was so sweet. The doctor said, that's got to be the sweetest lab I've ever seen in my life. And he said, he's got to be the sweetest lab I've ever seen in my life. I mean, they gave him injections, they pulled his blood, and he just sat there. Didn't do a thing. I mean, he is the best dog. And, so yeah. I'm going to take care of him. It's okay. And he has a heartworm chew thing to give him right here, this little biscuit thing. I didn't give him that yet because I thought he had too much. I don't like to make dogs too toxic, too many things at once because he's got all that other stuff running around in him. It says, Gunner Chocolate Lab, 119 pounds, 7 years old, male, owner. And this is his rabies and parvo and all that kind of stuff. And he's so proud. Come here, you want to show him your collar that you got? Come here. Come here. Gun. Gunner. Gun. He's mad at me. He won't come to me. So I'm going to go see what's going on with him. Hey, I treat animals like people. And he's... Are you upset? He won't even come to me. He's just got this big sad face. So let me go take care of him, and I'll see you guys later. If you want to go over to Lightning Radio, the last show, I think, is the Debi Daily Show. It was really crazy. It was like Blaine and all that crazy stuff. I was in just a really wild mood. I wasn't high or anything or drunk or anything. Thanks to Kaboom. I'm sorry something happened with us. I was going, boom, and you didn't hear me. And you were probably getting that song, bless your heart. Call back in tomorrow night. I'll be on Lightning Radio tomorrow. I'm doing 4 to 7. Okay? I just wanted to tell y'all that. Are y'all chatting in the chat room? I'm not looking at it. Let me see what's going on in the chat room. Dogs are dogs with due emotions and dog needs. Treating dogs like people is the worst thing you can do. I don't treat them like a person. Oh, Stabby, be calm. Don't worry about it. I don't treat it... Here's what I told this guy today, okay? We talked about it. Yeah, 4 to 7 Central. Call in on tomorrow on Lightning Radio. It's really fun over there. I said... Who was I talking to about this? I went into great detail with him. Who was it? Oh, it was JP. Listen to my show, Stabby, if you want to see how I am with dogs. I don't even leash my animals. They don't sleep with me. They are so well trained. I know how to train animals. I know how to do this. I don't treat them like people. You don't hug them. You don't... I just baby talk. I baby talk you. I baby talk everybody. He knows his name. I use commands like shh and no and stop. I don't even have to leash him or foo-foo. But when somebody doesn't feel good, if I was living around you and you were my friend and you didn't feel good, I would call you pumpkinhead and stuff. It's just terms of endearment. It doesn't mean that I think that you're a pumpkin or that I think you're a baby. I think that animals love, I'm a soft approach when it comes to people. I am a soft place to fall. Seriously, I talked about it to JP. I said, you never let them cross the threshold before you. You never let them sleep with you. You never let them eat with you. You stand up straight in front of them and you stick your chest out. You don't stupid, stick out your boobs. But whenever I walk in and they're being rowdy, I stand up real straight and I put my hand out. I never hit them. Far be it for me to be around anybody that hits an animal. I will go berserk. There's times that I bark at them. I don't actually bark. But they see me as the leader of the pack. Some people call that the alpha whatever. But they know that I am the boss and not them. I don't punish them. I think there's a difference between discipline and punishment. I give discipline, and what discipline is, I teach them discipline, which means you don't do this and you do that, and it's a calm atmosphere. They're potty trained. They're housebroke. So I think I may be in love with Stabby. Seriously. Because he drives me up the wall. Anything he says, I just go berserk over and just talk. Stabby matters to me. Oh, look where I looked up Eat, Shit, and Die. I did. There's all these Eat, Shit, and Dies. There's one by, I think there's one by the ICP. It's by Psychopathic Writers, Eat, Shit, and Die. Well, it's the album. Malice the Clown is who it's by. I can tell, I'm not lying. There's one by Kanye West. There's one by Necrophil Bill. There's one by Duke Nukem. And there's one by the movie Supercut. And there's one by Margaret Cho, who I don't like particularly. So I looked it up. I was ready to go. I went and even got this glass of iced tea right here. Decaffeinated. Here's one by Electric President. One by Joni. One by... There's a bunch of each shits and die. So, yeah. I had fun last night. Did you know that you mullets... I didn't know that we were off the air. And I was singing that song for Joe Sinker. And I was sitting there still talking like we were on the air. And I went over and I thought, oh my God, we went off the air 22 minutes ago. And Stabby said in the chat room, boy, that ended abruptly. If I'm not watching, I don't know when it ends. Man, when Joe Seeker called in last night, he was funny. Funny stuff. All right, I'll stop talking, but I don't see how Jet eats this hot stuff. It's called Cheetos jalapeno. Or as some people say here in Texas, jalapeno. Jalapeno. And I took one bite talking to Boom and I went, golly, I can't breathe. I don't think I'm going to give him this heartworm medicine tonight. That's just too much. That's rabies, parvo, distemper, Stephen. Oh, he's so sweet. I'll show you how sweet Stephen is. When I came home from the doctor with him, I called Stephen. I said, I'm going to take him to the hospital. Not the hospital, but you know what I mean. It's called the animal hospital. I go there, and I come home, and I notice that there's a package that's been delivered to the front door. And it says to Stephen from Pro Pet something. And here he had bought, this is what a responsible guy this guy is. This is how he came out. This is how he is. This is how he knew that Gunner was having problems with his skin, whatever you want to call it. So he goes on the internet and researches all these products, and he finds the best product that he can and buys it, and had done that behind being responsible for this dog. Because technically it's Stephen's dog. I bought it for Stephen. I bought him for Stephen, in December of 2009. He's as old as the baby. Anyway, and had a blast today at Play Day with Heather. Jet did so many things. I've never seen so many smiles in my life being around that environment. I could do that every freaking day. I did a Periscope from there. I did another Periscope too. I love Periscope. I'm getting hooked on it. But they're not saving it. Oh, here it is. Gunner. Here's what I did this afternoon when I was cooking. Here's my Periscope. Listen. Oh, I didn't know this thing was live. Gunner went to the doctor today, and I feel so sorry for him. Gunner. How do you feel? Are you sad? It's so dark in here. Are you sad because you went to the doctor? You got your collar, and you got your chain, and you got all this stuff. I'm sorry you went to the doctor today, baby. Yes, I am. Poo-poo, stop itching. Anyway, that's all. I don't know why I did this. I want to know why I did this because somebody's watching it. Hold on, I'm trying to finish dinner. Making hamburgers on the grill, yummy. Isn't this boring? Here they are, just see them. And they have 4 stuff. Let me get a plate. So, did you see him? And so now you saw him? Here's my shoes. If you're watching, I hope you saw him, because now he feels better. He feels so much better. Y'all both look so sad. You look so sad. Double tap. Ta-da! And then I did one at the place. Oh wait, there I am. Siri, open Periscope. Here it is. Is this me? Are you having fun in play day today?
Yeah.
Talk to the camera. Say, yes, I am.
Yeah, play day. Ow. Mommy. Hey, can I have my jacket and take it?
Yes. Look at the jacket. Where'd it go? Here comes Heather waddling up. Heather looks funny.
My little jacket.
He fell down. You know, he didn't get hurt. He fell down when he was doing the sack race.
That's what I had to do, Mommy. I was so dangerous. My team was coming out.
You're all fixing it up. So stop running.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get sack and get in line.
So that was my day. I had a good time. It was fun. That's cool. I didn't know they saved them on here. Anyway, so that's it. That's all. I'm going to start doing Periscope more. That was neat. All right. Well, that's it, I guess. So I will see you guys next time. Boom, call in tomorrow. It's the same number, same Skype if you want to talk. Yeah, this afternoon I had Blaine was singing. He tried to do Tina Turner. I was just feeling good. I mowed the lawns, both lawns today, both lawns, front and back, and planted some flowers I've been needing to plant, and no, Angel, don't. So I'm going to go take care of him, and I'll see you guys later. You know what I mean? That's all. There's nothing else going on. I miss you all. Just love talking to you people a lot. Y'all are both. I guess I'm getting tired. I'm going to go take care of him and then go crash out in my bed that's got fresh sheets on it. Nice, juicy, cold sheets. And I got my Lemire today. I want to go do that. Da 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 da. Yep. So to go out with, we'll have a dog. Since we're talking about doggies, Stabby's got the cutest dogs. He took them to the lake, and he had little halters on them, both of them. One of them's named something, and one of them's named something else. I forgot. Stabby, you're a mess. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 4 o'clock Central Time on Lightning Radio. Lightning Radio. Steve, I miss you. I did this show at 12 o'clock thinking you were going to call in.
Well, I caught my wife with another man, and it cost me 99. On a prison farm in Georgia, close to the Florida line. Well, I've been here for 2 long years. I finally made the warden my friend. And so he sentenced me to a life of ease, taking care of old Red. Now old Red, he's the damnedest dog that I've ever seen. Got a nose that can smell a 2-day trail. He's a 4-legged tracking machine. You can consider yourself mighty lucky to get past the gators and the quicksand beds. But all these years that I've been here, ain't nobody got past Red. And the warden sang, come on somebody, why don't you run? Old Red's itching to have a little